Did y'all see that black lady who's homeless in Thailand right now? So she flew to Japan and realized Japan was too expensive, so she decided to move to Thailand. And after a month, she ran out of money and now she's homeless in Thailand. First of all, she moved with no plan, no job, no nothing. And then you make a TikTok about it, expecting us to feel bad. But I mean, obviously, like, I feel bad because I don't want anybody to be homeless. But girl, why would you move out of the country with just a couple $1,000s and think you're gonna live off that your entire life? Like, make it make sense. We gotta do better.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are discussing about that black woman who went to Thailand and is now stranded and homeless. Now, there's this video of a woman, a black woman, who said that she first traveled to Japan and then realized that Japan was very expensive to live in, and then she decided to go to Thailand, and she has like only $7 to earn him and is homeless. Any which way, let's check out the video that she made on this particular situation.
This is how I ended up homeless in Thailand. I booked a one-way flight from Louisiana to Japan, not having any plans and knowing anything about Japan. I just left. After being in Japan for a day, I realized Japan was extremely expensive and I wasn't going to last here long with the amount of money that I came with. So I decided to book a one-way flight from Japan to Thailand, heading straight to Thailand with no plans and not knowing anything about the country. After staying in Thailand for 5 months, I still was not able to obtain income. I still wasn't able to figure out how to make income. I ran out of money, and that is how I ended up homeless in Thailand.
Now, after a lot of people saw that video, people had things to say, because in the video she explained that she didn't really have a plan and that she just hopped on the plane and went to Thailand because she felt like maybe it was cheaper or something like that. And the whole video made me remember Passport Bros. Now, if you don't know about Passport Bros, I'm going to leave a video that I did on Passport Bros and what exactly is happening to them right now. Anyway, let's check out people's reaction to the whole situation, and then I'll come back to share my thoughts on this issue.
Out of the country with just a couple $1,000s and think you're gonna live off that your entire life.
So I think, based off of my experience, that the answer is too much television and movies. There's a trope that comes up a lot when it deals with like international travel and the exchange rate. And I'm going to show you one of the most recent examples of it from like our pop culture perspective. And you're going to be shocked when you realize that there are people who see this and don't understand it's a joke. They think that this is truly what it is, and that if they expatriate with a couple thousand, they can really stretch that into 100,000, but not understanding that like 100,000 of a currency that's not worth anything isn't worth anything, you know. But anyways, yeah, there are people who for real think that that's how it works because they saw it in TV and in a movie, because that's the way it is in jokes and in sketches. Like, it's an exaggeration, but an exaggeration must be based off, right? You know, no, that's never how it works. Do not go into a foreign country with just a couple $1,000s. Like, you need to already have a job prospect. You need to already have some sort of living situation. It's not just going to happen once you get there. I hope that lady's family is able to help her. I truly do.
Did y'all see that black lady who's homeless in Thailand right now? So she flew to Japan.
This is why social media is so dangerous, okay? Because it makes you so delusional. My God. Anyway, first, you had the girl who moved from Florida to Texas with her 3 babies, and now she dealing with what she dealing with. Then you had the storage unit couple who played in all y'all faces and said, oh, psych, we really like sleeping outside. We really like being homeless because we can't do what we do. And I honestly think that she's the, and he the, Anyway, yeah. And now you got Miss Girl who left the country off of savings and vibes. Who clearly did no research. No research at all. Yeah. Yeah. No research. Okay. And I think the part that really behooved me is that instead of you buying a ticket back, to America, you said, I'm gonna go to Thailand. I'm American. I'm gonna get here. I'm more educated. I can speak English. So let me go to Thailand, find some employment, probably be better than them, get paid more than them, and I'm gonna be cool. And now you walking up dirt roads with vibes, hopes, and dreams. Now it ain't nothing wrong with following your heart and following your dreams. But baby, don't bring me into it. Don't bring me into it. If you are not making conscious decisions, don't bring me into it. Because you're making a... Girl, you need to come on home. Okay? Come home.
Did y'all see that black lady who's homeless in Thailand right now? So she flew to Japan.
What going on, y'all? So you know what it's given? Only yesterday, I made a TikTok about people not going out without not having any money. Then come across this video with this lady moving all the way across the world, broke. But you know what part of this is that TikTok is making it so okay for people to come on this app and beg for money and beg for assistance. And there are people on here that just send people money, And I'm just like, whoa. How dare you move across this world, halfway across the world, broke? No plan. You have no plan. So first of all, when you do things without plan, that means you plan to fail. If you do not plan, I mean, this is like standard. This is the teacher and me. Standard practices. If a teacher don't plan, then that lesson will not be successful because there's only so much things you can wing, okay? So you move across the world with no plan, no job, and not enough money. So who you expecting to take care of you? Now she's stranded in Thailand and she begging us for money to help her. Wow. But here's the gag and here's the takeaway. There's people on here that will help her. There's people that will help her. And I'm just thinking, how irresponsible is that? How irresponsible are you that you just pick up? There's so many things I want to do. Or there's so many things that people want to do. And you just don't, I'm going to pick up today and I'm going to leave and I'm going to move halfway around the world. With no plan, no funds. Wow.
Flew to Japan and realized Japan was too expensive, so she decided to move to Thailand.
On top of it being ridiculous, it's also illegal. For one, Japan does not just hand out visas. If she would have stayed here, she would have likely ran out of time on her tourist visa and overstayed, which she could face some kind of punishment and deportation and probably barred from the country. I'm sure she's doing the same thing in Thailand, so that means if they find out, they'll probably deport her. I don't know what kind of punishments they do.
This is how I ended up homeless in Thailand.
You know that couple that was staying in a storage unit and told all their business and got kicked out? Now this girl's picking up traction. I think she's gonna get found out. Again, she says she's homeless and has no income. That means she's probably overstayed her visa, which was probably just a tourist visa. Because any long-term staying visa or working visa requires a lot of work and paperwork. So if the Thai government finds out, they're going to deport her and ban her, but that's not before they keep her in a immigration detention center. And the longer she's there illegally, the worse it's going to be. And if she is arrested, she could be facing months or years. If you're doing illegal things, you probably shouldn't be on here telling all your business. I mean, how many people have seen this now, you know?
I got on live yesterday and someone asked me if I had seen the video about the black woman who ended up homeless in Thailand. And since I talk a lot about living abroad and having moved abroad and lived in multiple countries, including in Asia, let's talk about this. It was absolutely stupid and dangerous, and I'm just gonna call it what it is. The person moved to Japan knowing nothing about the culture, nothing about the cost of living, realizing that Japan is one of the most expensive countries in the world. Popped on over to Thailand, which is probably where they should have started, and said that they were homeless, that they only had $7 to their name. Now, number one, I tell the story all the time that when I moved to Cairo, Egypt, I moved on a one-way ticket and I had $400 to my name. But with that story, I always warn people, don't do that. especially since we have lived in a global pandemic and currently through multiple. Why ever you will put yourself in a position to where you can't get yourself back to the United States is wild. And in addition with my story of booking a one-way ticket to Cairo, Egypt, I also got a job the day after I landed. Before I moved abroad, I lived in 4 states. And there was at no point that I would move from one state to the next and not be leveling up. But to move halfway around the world with no knowledge of what it is that you're doing except to make some content is wild. Between the man who was living in a storage unit and the lady that moved to Houston to become an influencer, I'm starting to believe that this struggle content is like a ploy to get people to sympathize so that way you could just get some money. And for those of you who are wondering if there's a way to get back home if you don't have any money, there is. The U.S. Embassy will certainly give you an emergency flight if you need one. However, as I have stated on my platform time after time again, you will owe them. And if you don't reimburse them back for that emergency flight, they will take your passport. But also, what if you can't get home and you out here panhandling in somebody else's country? Have y'all not watched Locked Up Abroad? I am confusion.
Did y'all see that black lady who's homeless in Thailand right now? So she flew to Japan.
Yo, that video, go and watch it. But it honestly makes me want to like cry and laugh at the same time because it's so true. Like, your girl thought she was just gonna leave her job and go like freelance and make videos for people, and like I'm an entrepreneur, like I do all sorts of shit, and I was like, I'm just gonna like make myself go do it. But it's been a little bit of a bumpy ride. Rome wasn't built in a day, and yeah, things have been, anyways, all over the place. But I'm like, I'm not almost in the same boat, but like, literally though, I'm like getting ready to go back home and get another job because like, it's just not it, bro. Like, you need more than a couple.
Did y'all see that black lady who's homeless in Thailand right now? So she flew to Japan.
No, see, the reason why motherfuckers is jumping up and moving to places like Thailand and Mexico and, you know, the islands or whatever is because they too busy listening to dumb motherfuckers who are talking about, oh, just better. You can always find something to do. You know, these people, for whatever reason, it is always the thing on these social media platforms to just get up and do it. And then you got people like me, because I ain't gonna lie, there is a big part of me that wants to just get the fuck up and move to Europe. You know, but it's like, okay, visiting is one thing, but you can't, like, what do you mean? Like, because the main thing you gotta be concerned about is a job, baby. Although, you know, not to brag, but my looks can really go a long way in a place like Europe. But it's still the simple fact of like, well, what if all fails and like, what are you going to do now? But you got these dummies that get on here and then people like her will probably influence like, wait, all they have to do is just get up with what I have. And she probably did. And that's why she probably in the circumstance that she's in. So the moral of the story is when you are making a drastic move or whatever, or even if you just going on vacation, always have the funds ready. Stop listening to these motherfuckers that are on that bullshit. Making it look easy on here. No. No. And if they can't properly answer your questions, and then you might as well, and if you can't figure it out, then you don't need to go. Because these fucking influencers or whatever the fuck they want to call it, they are living in, see, these kind of people want so badly to not live in reality. And then they want other people to not live in reality. But yeah, you can't fucking explain how the fuck do you not live in reality then? Anyway, I just came across this what this guy was saying, and whatever it is, I hope this lady figure out something. But I'll say it like this: not everything that's on TikTok that you have to follow and do, you have to use some type of discretion, okay, mother, in these videos.
Did y'all see that black lady who's homeless in Thailand right now?
I've seen a lot of videos of this woman being criticized for taking a risk, and I think what needs to change around it is really analyzing like what the mindset was, because I've done the same thing. I tried to move to California with $500, but it was 500 bucks went far, first of all, in America, and it was fun and lasted me a month. So I think she's onto something. She's an adventurer. Maybe she realized America isn't it. You know, immigrants come to America all the time with nothing, and they end up building an empire, buying a couple houses, or whatever. Some do, some don't, but maybe she tried to be that. So, let's think about that.
Did y'all see that black lady who's homeless in Thailand right now? So she flew to Japan.
To make matters worse, she said she had $7 to her name when she finished moving. Like $7 once buying the flights and all. Okay? For my visual learner.
This is what she had. This is what she thought she could make a whole new life out of. This is what she felt safe moving abroad as a black woman to a completely different country she had done no prior research on. This is what she felt safe to. What?
It's so hard to hold on to empathy for people who do shit like this. What were you expecting to happen? That's like 2 burritos from Taco Bell's worth of money. How did you think you were gonna afford rent, live, transportation, utilities, laundry? Like what the fuck?
With this.
I hate when y'all prove the Americans are stupid stereotype right. Oh my gosh. So y'all remember the girl who moved from Florida to Houston with her 3 kids with no money, no job, and ended up homeless? We got another version of her. This lady decided to pack up her life, no job, just savings, and move to Japan. After she got to Japan, she realized that it was too expensive there based on what she had saved, and so she decided to buy a one-way flight to Thailand. So now she's living in Thailand, and she's homeless after like a month. I honestly think what she did was just like such an entitled way of thinking. You thought you were going to go to somebody else's country. This girl left the United States. You thought you were going to go to somebody else's country, a country that social media has told you is affordable, cheap, blah, 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 for vacation, with no job, nothing lined up. Like she said in the video, I wasn't able to find work. Girl, you shouldn't have moved unless you had a remote job that allowed you to do so. My thing is, when you got to Japan and realized that it was too expensive, why didn't you come back to the United States? I don't have enough money to live here off my savings, so let me just go to another country. It just sounds like you don't want to work. I don't know, but like where did y'all get off just moving with no job, no nothing? Like what exactly did you think you were gonna do? And like coming from the United States, you know how hard it is for immigrants to move here and get a job, to get their papers, to get a green card and all of that. Why don't y'all think that that same thing applies when you, an American, moves to another country? That's the entitlement there. That you think that other places don't also have laws regarding, you know, immigrants and getting papers to work. Like, did y'all just think that that was an American thing? Like, I'm not understanding, like, why you thought that this was a good idea. Like I said with Miss Florida turned Houston, Miss Tally turned Houston, thoughts and prayers. I hope it works out for you. I know it's going to be hard to get somebody to send you money for a plane ticket back to the United States. I'm sure that plane ticket is very expensive. Maybe you can go live on TikTok and get donations. I don't know. Won't be from me, though.
Okay, now see, a lot of people are for her, a lot of people are supporting her, a lot of people are like, why did she do that? A particular person was like, it's the American privilege that people who are Americans think that they have, that's why they can just jump to another country and then think that they will get a job like that and have no plan. She basically did not really have a plan. If you're going to jump to another country, I would say have like a remote job that you're doing that you can do from anywhere. Now for the passport bros, most of them are actually doing remote jobs. So when they go to another country, a lot of them do the remote job where they are, so they're earning while they are in the other country. But for her, I don't know why she didn't have that plan. And while the other creator was saying something about American privilege, I was just in my mind, I was like, this is for me, I would say, no, and she said American entitlement. But personally, for me, I would say it's passport privilege, having a strong passport privilege. Because if you don't know, there are some countries like Nigeria where you cannot just jump on a plane and then land in another country and then get visa on arrival. You have to submit a lot of documents. It remains to submit your kidney or blood before some of those embassies to some countries will even give you visa. They want to see your ties to your home country so that they will know that you're going to come back. They want to see how much you've been earning for the past 6 months or 3 months or 1 year. They want to see a particular amount of money. So you cannot go to a country, you cannot just jump to a country without any plan. For her to be able to go to Japan without any problem, then while in Japan was able to go to Thailand with just $7 in her account or $7 with her. It's that strong passport privilege. If I want to go to Japan, I will have to apply for visa. And if I want to go to Thailand, I'll have to come back to my home country and apply for visa. I cannot just go to Japan and say I want to cross to South Korea or cross to this place. It's not possible because my passport as a Nigerian is not strong. So for her to be able to do that, I just, in my mind, it was just, oh, this girl, you don't understand what you have with your passport. And I feel because she has that passport privilege, she has that strong passport privilege, she was able to do things without planning. For some of us, because it's not only Nigeria that has that weak passport issue, but those of us with weak passports, we have to plan. 6-month planning, 1 year planning, and even as we apply for the visa, it's backed up with prayers and fasting, because anything is possible. They can just deny it for the silliest reason. Like I've applied for a visa that they didn't even listen to anything. Just looked at my application, looked at it and denied. Straight up, no question. Just because, oh, I don't fit a particular image for the people that would go to their country and come back. Anyway, so that was my first thought about the situation when I watched a video, that particular video. But I watched some other videos on her page and I realized that she's an adventurer. She likes this kind of things.
This is how I survived in Thailand with only $7. After living in a small village for almost 5 months, not making any income, I was running out of money. I was down to my last $50. On January 22nd, I decided to take a risk, spending my last $50 on a bus ticket from Chiang Mai to Bangkok, then from Bangkok to Pattaya. That left me with only $7 to my name. I didn't know what to do. I was worried, but I kept my faith and trusted that God will make a way. After making it to Pattaya, I met with a local expat. I told him my story and he decided to book me a hotel. And things started to get better at this point.
So she's living her life doing this on the edge stuff, and she's also documenting it on TikTok. I don't know if she's part of the Creator Funds program or something. If she's part of it and if she's getting quite a lot of views, she's probably earning money from that. But I don't know if that is a good plan. I would have preferred that if she had something, maybe like a digital product that she's selling, or maybe she's offering some digital services and she's meeting clients online and is able to get some clients while in Thailand. But apparently I don't think she's doing that. Any which way, I just feel like she's going to be fine, but it's just a risky thing to do. But any which way, I hope she finds her way around this whole situation, and I hope she's not doing anything legal, because that would not be nice. Any which way, I don't know what you guys think about the whole situation. Do you think people are not being sympathetic to plight? Do you think she messed up by not having a concrete plan and hopping on the plane and going to a country that she feels is cheaper to live in? Or do you think she's just having the time of her life? She's just being adventurous. I would love to hear your thoughts about this whole situation. So please leave your comments in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.